What up, it's me, A to Z, and we're back for more Pokemon Black. Last time, we came back to Nimbasa City to head back to the Relic Castle to find more sages and to catch a new Pokemon, Volcarona. Volcarona, a very interesting and very good competitive Pokemon, like I said. But yeah, we caught Volcarona, then we went back to Route 17 and 18 to find another sage, and we have found 5 of the 6 sages. There's 1 sage remaining. This time, we're gonna find that last sage, but there are other things that we need to do. And they're linked. They're linked to finding this sage. So, what we're finally gonna do is we're gonna head down south to Route 4 and see if... Okay, perfect, it is. So, I was under the impression that the storm would stay forever, but after a failed take, I realized that the storm actually moved. You know, I forgot this was under normal roaming legendary rules, where if you leave and come back from a route, the Pokemon will move. It's just that the storm is the obvious tell that the Pokemon is here. Anyway. So, I think it's about time we walk through this heavy storm, even though we really shouldn't be out in a storm like this, and see if we can run into a certain Pokemon. And there he finally is, the Hurricane Pokemon Tornadus, exclusive to Pokemon Black. Tornadus is actually the very first pure flying type Pokemon to ever exist. Now how's that for a fun fact? So, Tornadus has an excellent base stat spread. It's very fast with its base 111 speed, and its attack stats are extremely competent with base 115 physical attack and base 125 special attack. Tornadus' move pool shows the duality that it's capable of. It's got access to some excellent physical and special options. It can run either Acrobatics or Hurricane, depending on your choice. It can learn Bulk Up, but it can't learn Nasty Plot, so really, you can only set up on physical sets. Its natural move pool isn't that amazing, because, you know, most of your good moves are going to really come from move tutors, which unfortunately are not available in Black and White. However, by no means, this does not make Tornadus a bad Pokemon at all. It's a little bit harder to use, but Tornadus, still great. So, the rules of these roaming legendaries. You have 1 turn. You attack. I'm going to False Swipe. See how much damage that does. Probably not a lot. It runs away. Box standard, and then it's gone, and then it moves on to the next route. So, as you can tell, this is gonna be fun times. We're gonna be playing tag. And then you just have to check and see where the Pokemon goes. You know, you can check the bulletin boards, but it's just a matter of, you know, going back and forth. So, at this point, I'm just gonna be cutting away to the points where I run into it again. So, I'll see you guys when I run into Tornadus again. There you are again! Alright. So, as you can see, roaming Pokemon will keep the health that they were at the last time you fought them. So this makes it a lot more fair to catch. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw another False Swipe at this thing, bringing it down to 1 health. So basically, next time I run into it, it's gonna be a free catch. And I have come equipped, so... God damn it. Okay, I'll see you guys when I run into Tornadus again, because... Oh, Hippopotas! Oh, that's right, there's an outbreak here on this route. So this is an example of an outbreak Pokemon. I guess I can just mention that really quickly. I'm not going to be going over them because, again, there's way too many of them for me to go over. But yeah, you can catch Hippopotas. Anyway, I'll meet you guys when I run into Tornadus again. And that's when I'll go over the game plan of how I'm going to catch this thing. So I'll see you guys then. Round 3, Tornadus. Alright, so I've been lucky enough to run into this thing on the same route, because I've just been going back and forth in between the gate. That's kind of your best strategy. Just keep running back and forth in between the gate until you finally see that storm, and then boom, you've got it. And then just run around until you run into it. However, if you do run into wild Pokemon, there is a good chance that wild Pokemon that aren't this thing, there is a good chance it'll leave the route and the storm will stop. So, maybe it would be wise to be bringing a lower level Pokemon with the max repel, so you guarantee that you run into this thing. Anyway. This thing is one health, 1 hit point. I've got a great strategy. I have stocked up on 30 Quick Balls. And since this is technically the first turn, the Quick Ball will have the best chance of catching this thing. So let's see if it works. Maybe. Maybe. Fucking of course not. Fucking of course not! Be right back. Gotcha, bitch! Alright, well, not really. Hopefully this time I can finally say, gotcha, bitch! Alright, strategy, same strategy, just throw another Quick Ball. Now, I would paralyze this thing, but I don't remember, because I'm thinking of like older games where if you paralyze a roaming Pokemon, it doesn't stick when you run into it again. I don't know, maybe I'm thinking of that. Anyway, doesn't matter. Quick Ball will hopefully get it this time. Hopefully. Maybe. Maybe. Fucking of course not. Hey! You can't escape me, Tornadus. I'm gonna keep finding you. Okay. Let's try this again. Maybe this will be the time. You think so? Because if not, I'm gonna just eventually start cutting away until we finally get to the point where it actually fucking works. Please, game. Please? Please, third time's a charm. Third time's a charm. Fuck off. Fuck off. Alright. You know what? Now it's gonna get to the point where I cut it away until it finally works. I will see you guys when I catch the son of a bitch. Okay, new strategy. Carmine, go. Let's actually try paralyzing it. Let's see if it actually lasts. Because if paralysis lasts, then great. This will make my life a lot easier. Carmine, once again, no Thunder Wave. Let's see if it works. It's gonna run away, of course. Like, that's not gonna stop it from running away. But let's see if that paralysis lasts, you know, the next time I run into it. I'm gonna feel really stupid if it doesn't. So, yeah. There's the new plan. Alright, moment of truth. Is it still paralyzed? Yes, it is! Okay, so that wasn't a waste. Great. Great, great, great. So it does stay paralyzed. I was thinking of maybe, like, you know, gold, silver, crystal, where they don't keep their status effects. I don't know why I was thinking of that. Whatever. Now we can start chucking quick balls again, like the good old days. You think so? Maybe because it's paralyzed? Game? I don't want to fucking talk about it. Fucking finally! Jesus H! It took way longer than it needed to. I'm already at 20 minutes on the recording. This thing's probably gonna be what, like, we're only at the 5-minute mark probably at this point. My god. It took way longer than it needed to. This is why you probably— I didn't mean to go to Nick. This is probably why you want to save your Master Ball for this thing. This is annoying as shit to catch. Anyway, so, as I said, Tornadus is the black exclusive. And I mentioned in Pokemon White there is another one that you can run into. Thundurus. So, how about I meet you guys really quickly over at a parallel universe. I will see you guys over there in just a minute. And ladies and gentlemen, we are back at the parallel universe. Want proof? I got Samurott and the whole crew with me. Yep, this is my alternate team. Anyway, so here we are back at Pokemon White to go over the difference. Because if you're playing Pokemon White, you will not run into Tornadus. You will instead run into Thundurus. And I guess I'll just show that off once we go back and forth. Alright, perfect. And as you'll see now, we don't have windstorms. We now have a massive thunderstorm going around. So it's a lot more lethal. We don't want to get struck by lightning, especially with Samurott on our team. That's not good. Alright. So I think at this point, I'm just going to cut away until I run into the legendary Pokemon that we're going to find. Well, look who it is! It's Thundurus, the Thunderstorm Pokemon that's exclusive to Pokemon White. It has the exact equivalent base stat spread as Tornadus, but it has an electric typing added to it, making it take neutral damage to electric types, leaving it with only 2 weaknesses. Thundurus, in my honest opinion, it's better than Tornadus. Thundurus is a much better user of the ability Prankster, because they both have Prankster, as I think I said Tornadus had Prankster, but Thundurus is a much better user. Priority Thunder Wave? Are you kidding me? Priority Nasty Plot? Dear Snoop Frog. Like, Jesus H. Thundurus unfortunately doesn't learn any good flying type attacks, unlike Tornadus. Like, trust me, it wishes it could learn Hurricane. But to be honest, it doesn't really need it. Like, you could give it Hidden Power if you want, but that's extremely situational. Usually Thunderbolt and Focus Blast will suffice as your attacking moves, with Thunder Wave and Nasty Plot being your status moves of choice. Thundurus has to this day remained a very good Pokemon. I've used these things on competitive teams myself. Honestly, Pokemon White players got the better end of the deal here. I'm not knocking Tornadus at all, but Thundurus is just that good. Like, this thing is a staple on one of my competitive teams now in, like, X and Y, Sun and Moon. Anyway, so, I still have my Master Ball. Get the hell in this thing. Let's make my life easier. I don't want to make this thing harder than it should be. Alright. And it's not going to break out because it's not red, blue, yellow where there's that 0.00000 and we're here 2 hours later. 0.1% chance of it breaking out. Alright, and there we go. There's Thunderous. It flies around the Unova region firing off its lightning bolts. And it's sent to the box. But yep, that's Tornadus and Thunderous. So now I'm going to meet you back in our own universe where we are going to take care of some things that involve both Tornadus and Thunderous and that last stage that I said we were going to go after, so I will meet you back in Pokemon Black. Welcome back to the future, ladies and gentlemen. We are back in technology. I decided to go to Black City because this is actually where we need to be going. Because we're going to head up here and head to Route 14. Now, if you'll remember, there were all these places here where we could surf. And we didn't do that because, well, we didn't have surf. And I'm going to go ahead and just drop a repel now. Because why the hell not at this point? Alright, so we've got the repel up. I know we're gonna have to surf. Okay, yeah, we want to surf through here and go up these waterfalls. Now, lucky for me, I also taught Golduck Waterfall. So, Jonathan, I'm sorry, you're getting shafted even further. Alright, so now, time to scale the waterfall. That's a pretty cool animation of scaling the waterfall. Now, let's pick up this item. We get a Reaper Cloth. Ooh, that evolves Dusclops into Dusknoir. It's a pretty good item. Anyway, now, around here is finally where... I'm trying to remember which waterfall we want to go up to find. Yes! The last of these 6 sages right over here. Greetings to you, strong trainer who came to Dragon Spiral Tower. Are you not making friends with Reshiram? There is a saying, if somewhere in this world there is someone who understands you, it feels like that person is right beside you, even if you're as far apart as the end of the land is at the top of the sky. As my Lord N and his Pokemon understand one another, so too do you and your Pokemon understand one another. Which is my reason for giving you this. TM08, bulk up. So remember that pun I made last episode? It bulks up special attackers, pun entirely intended. This is just a physical version of Calm Mind. The legend of Unova is about Pokemon and people working together to build a new world. The message is that simple and that strong. If changing the world makes you a hero, anyone can become a hero. And each of us changes what is in our power to change, so the world itself changes. Aha! Regarding Team Plasma, I'm an officer of the International Police and you must supply the information I request! Indeed I shall. Team Plasma changed me, but it cannot change the world. I'm looking forward to seeing how you lot will do. I thank you extremely! Curiously, Adam, there is a topic on which we must speak. A report has reached my ears of someone far from here. Indeed, this someone has spotted a person like Anne and a dragon Pokemon. I depart to substantiate the substance of this information. Until next time, I say cheers to you. And that's it. All of the... oh, crap baskets. Can you turn around? Yes, you can. Perfect. All of the 6 sages have been found. That is it. We have found all of the sages. And we finally have word on what happened to Ed. So that's it. We are done with that little mini side quest. But the reason I wanted to wait to get that one last is because of this area over here. And there's a reason why I caught Tornadus and Thunderous in this episode, and I'm coming here. Because once we walk through here... Welcome to the Abundant Shrine. A place filled with lore and filled with a lot of new Pokemon. And I think there are trainers here too. Who's out front? Kevin? Yeah, I think Kevin's out front. But if we go into this house and talk to this old man over here... It is the great Landorus that protects this land. With its help, we are assured of rich soil and a prosperous harvest. You should visit the great Landorus' little shrine and pay your respects. We'll be sure to do that. Anyway, so, since this being an entirely new area, there is a bunch of new Pokemon to catch here. I think there's 7 in total. And I will be going over them starting right now. Ooh, TM35 Flamethrower. Ooh, that's good. But yeah, this is a large enough place where I can go over all the Pokemon we can find. So speaking of Flamethrower and Fire, I guess we can just talk about Vulpix, the first Pokemon we can run into. Vulpix has always been a lackluster Fire type ever since the special stat split. Like, back in the day, special attack and special defense were one stat, and it was your special stat. But they split that up. And now, oddly enough, it has higher special defense and special attack, and it's got high speed, but with painfully average stats everywhere else. Vulpix Evolved Form Ninetales would be painfully outclassed as well, if it weren't for its new hidden ability of Drought. When you send Ninetales out now, it will summon Harsh Sunlight. And this is before the weather nerf, so a Pokemon that has weather control in Gen 5 is automatically a lot better. So this is a crux of a lot of Sun teams. Ninetales can also find its way on, so Ninetales can even learn Nasty Plot, so it could potentially sweep. But the main role it has is as a Sun setter. Ninetales overall is definitely better than it was in previous generations, but as a Pokemon it's still outclassed. But it's still great at setting up Sun. Anyway, next Pokemon you can run into is Noctowl, probably the worst of the generic bird Pokemon ever introduced. Noctowl is supposed to excel in Special Bulk and HP, but the rest of its stats are just not good. Its physical defense is terrible, so don't expect it to take physical attacks well at all. And its attack stats range from painfully average with a special attack to not good at all with its physical attack. With painfully mediocre speed, it's not going to be doing much. Did it go kaboom? Oh shit. Oh, thank God it's a terrible attacker. Anyway, but it can learn Noctowl can learn some weird moves, including decent special attacks and support moves like Roost, Whirlwind, and Toxic, but really Noctowl's not good. At this point in the game, you should not consider using Noctowl on your team at all. Anyway, next up is Murkrow. Oh man, time has been incredibly kind to Murkrow. Just like Sneasel, Murkrow was blessed with two gifts. First, the physical special split gave it access to physical dark type attacks, and this works out even better now because of the new moves it has access to, like Night Slash, Superpower via Move Tutor, Brave Bird, and Sucker Punch. Second of all, Masquerain got a... Masquerain, because that's the Pokemon we're fighting right now, I'm sorry. Murkrow got a much-needed evolution in Honchkrow. Honchkrow might lose a little bit of speed, but it gains decently more bulk and a lot more attack power. It's got two excellent abilities of Super Luck, and it's got Moxie as its hidden ability. And these abilities make Honchkrow extremely dangerous if it's used properly. Honchkrow, I honestly think it's a lot better than people think it is. It's always been one of my favorites, and I've used it on quite a few teams. Next up is Misdreavus. Misdreavus is the first pure ghost type ever introduced. Misdreavus has also been blessed with the same gifts that Murkrow has. The physical special split made special ghost type attacks exist, which works out well because, you know, Misdreavus has a higher special attack. Misdreavus also got an evolution as well in Mismagius, which I used to mispronounce as Mismagius. Mismagius is basically Misdreavus on steroids. Its highest stats, you know, special attack, special defense, and speed, just get even higher, up to base 105 for all three of them. Mismagius has an excellent move pool as well, and the fact that it has access to Nasty Plot makes it an even better special attacker. Like, it really is that good. It even has support moves as well, like Will-O-Wisp and, you know, and Taunt, and with its high speed, it can use those moves very well. Mismagius is the evolution Misdreavus desperately needed, and I liked it a lot myself. I've used it myself on teams. Anyway, let me heal up Kevin because he kind of needs it, and then I will be going over the next Pokemon once we run into another trainer, which I know there's another... No. I know there's another trainer that we can... There's quite a few trainers. At least one or two more trainers. At least. Just trying to remember where they are. You. Are you a trainer? You totally are. Perfect. Eek! Don't sneak up on me like that! Bad touch! Bad touch! Anyway. Sorry about that terrible voice. Alright. Anyway, I guess I can go over the next Pokemon. There's three left. First off, for these last three, is going to be Stantler. Oh dear. Stantler. A horribly outclassed normal type. Its offenses aren't horrible, but they're not spectacular. Its speed isn't anything to write home about. It's got some decent abilities like Intimidate that helps it increase its survivability, but its natural defenses are just so low, it won't be surviving much, especially like fighting type attacks. The new hidden ability of Stat Zipper gives it a new immunity, but again, hidden abilities are really hard to come by. Overall, Stantler is just a weak normal type compared to the other options you have, so I would not recommend it. Next up is another outclassed Pokemon, Chimecho. Chimecho stats aren't that impressive as well, except for its okay special attack stat. Levitate gives it immunity to ground types, which is always handy. It's got an okay move pool that gives it coverage options, plus you could run a Calm Mindset, but compared to other psychic types, Chimecho really does fall incredibly short. Now, fun fact before I move on to the next Pokemon, I guess I can just mention, I always used to pronounce Chimecho's name wrong. I would used to call it Chimecho. I know, I'm sorry, I'm stupid. I just never thought to fuse chime and echo, because, you know, I just thought chime and then cho, you know. Insert Harry Potter jokes, Cho Shang. Anyway, last Pokemon that you can run into here is Bronzong. Bronzong is one of the premier tanks in Pokemon history. Steel Psychic, as you know, is an excellent defensive typing, as I said when I went over Metagross. So, Bronzong has balanced defensive stats at both at base 116, which is excellent. So it'll do a great job at using support move pools, especially since it has access to quite a few of them, including Stealth Rock, Toxic, or the screens. Its physical attack stat isn't that horrible either, And it can use some pretty good moves like Iron Head, Earthquake, Zen Headbutt, or Gyro Ball. Speaking of Gyro Ball, this thing is amazing at using Gyro Ball because it's got really low speed, which actually helps it out, believe it or not. You know, it's a great user of Gyro Ball since it's a slow Pokemon. And the low speed helps, you know, even more because Bronzong could even be a great user of Trick Room. So Bronzong has a lot more utility in Generation 5 than you think. It's definitely got its uses. Also, might I mention, it's got great abilities, Levitate and Heat Proof. So Heat Proof gets rid of its Fire-type weakness, Levitate makes it immune to Ground type. So really, you're going to be getting rid of one of its few weaknesses. Guys, oh, another rare candy. Holy crap, we got a lot of these. Anyway, so we have made it here now, to the shrine. If you were at Great Landorus' little shrine, it'll cause a bad storm. That's not true. The Pokemon that brings bad windstorms is a different Pokemon. No, silly, you've got it wrong. This is a shrine for the Great Landorus. It punished the Pokemon that did a bad thing. If you wreck the shrine, it can't punish that Stormy Pokemon if it comes back. But that doesn't make any sense. If Pokemon does a bad thing, the Great Landorus will come to help, whether it has a shrine or not. You're the silly one. No, you're silly. Hey, wait! This little shrine is dedicated to a Pokemon called Landorus. They said that when Tornadus and Thunderous were whipping up storms that damaged houses and fields all over the Unova region, Landorus made them stop. That's a story from way long ago, when my grandpa was a little boy. So if Tornadus and Thunderous come here again, Great Landorus may come back. That's what my grandpa told me. So, yup. There's a reason why I came here in the same episode that I caught Tornadus and Thunderous. Because you can come here if you're able to get both Tornadus and Thunderous in your party. You'll have to at least trade one of them in. But if you come here to the Abundant Shrine with both Tornadus and Thunderous in your party, you will run into the Land Spirit Pokemon Landorus. Landorus is definitely the best of the three weather spirits, but it may not look like it at first. At a first glance, you may think that its ground flying type hurts it, giving a lot more weaknesses, including a quad weakness to ice. Its defenses are also a bit low, so it's not really super tanky. However, Landorus's offensive capabilities are phenomenal. It has absolutely excellent attack stats. Base 101 speed is nothing to laugh at, even though it's slower than Tornadus and Thunderous. But what really makes Landorus dangerous is its phenomenal move pool. Its ability Sand Force is really good as well, which makes it an excellent member of Sandstorm-based teams. Landorus also has a hidden ability of Sheer Force, which, unfortunately, there is no way you can get Sheer Force at all in Generation 5. But just know when it becomes available in later generations, Life Orb sets make Landorus even better than it is now because of its amazing move pool that complements its ability. So if you're able to get your hands on both Tornadus and Thunderous, it is definitely worth your time to come here to go after Landorus. Anyway, that will do it. At this point, I'm going to fly back to Nimbasa because our business is pretty much done. We've more or less caught almost every legendary Pokemon. There's only one left that I can think of, and we're going to be doing that like at the very end. And it's a Pokemon that is long overdue. But yeah, we're pretty much done. We have very little left. There's not that much left to show off. Like, I would just have to show off Black City and White Forest. Well, that's getting its own episode. And of course, there is one thing that I still need to show off. This building right over here. Battle Subway, Battle and Ride, the Gear Station. That's right, guys. Next time, we're finally going to the Battle Subway, and we are going to do straight-up competitive battles. It has been a long time coming, but we're finally doing it, guys. So get excited for that, but for now, we're going to cut it here. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll be back with more Pokemon Black.